So I had another one of those dreams, just like I did the other night, and I posted it here. It was very similar. It was characteristic of like one of the little beasts. You know, men are very dualistic in their nature, but Revelation 17:8, it's the beast that throws off the whore. It's basically man recognizing the difference between good and evil women. And in this dream, because most of the men of the world have like a consort, like the men of God, they have like a consort around them that is trying to like win their affection, gain their affection. It's like the Jezebel spirit. Like they study you, they study what you want, they study what you want to hear, they study what you want to see, and then they deliver it to you, thinking that they're the ones that are sent from God to make your life better. But all in all, there's something else going on where it's God's actually after your heart, and he's actually sent another person in your life. And usually these two groups are at odds with each other. So largely men are really entrenched in their cult affairs, their social obligations, that they feel some type of importance with their social obligations. But those social obligations are that of the beast system, of the Whore of Babylon system. So in this dream, it was the similar concept where it was like the man was in a vicinity with his consort that parasited towards him, and they're asking him to, hang out or do whatever. And he was like, well, but my affection is not for you, it's for God and the mother. It's not for you anymore. And they're like, we know. It doesn't matter if you can hang out with us if you want, but it doesn't make a difference because we know that you now love God. We know that you now love the mother. And it doesn't make them righteous people. They're still going to attempt to be that distraction for you. So in the dream, the man was like, well, I know you're a distraction for me. So, I mean, and they were like, we know you love the mother. We know you love God. So just come have a beer with us. And it was not good, though. It was not good. It was kind of like a desperate attempt to keep his attention distracted among, the narrow path people. So, I think the message was like, you can fight so hard for somebody to join your corner if you're in the corner with God. And then they still go out and they interact with the people that are the beast, the whore. It doesn't matter because at some point the man chooses or comes upon his affection for God and the mother, and it no longer matters. It's like all of that witchcraft is canceled. But they have these kind of like desperate, subtle attempts to keep their attention. So I think that's where we're at right now. It's like pretty desperate, petty, subtle attempts to still like steal your attention. Like, oh, just come have one beer with us. But they recognize now it doesn't matter because the power of love is overcoming the power of the witchcraft that has been going on. So this is Revelation 17:8. It's the beast that throws off the whore. It's what collapses society. This is why the people that are such gang stalkers for the little beasts, they're so rabid because they treat it like national security or like international security. They're really interested in keeping all the division of all the different religious denominations. So, like, every little beast represents a religious denomination. Are you Christian? Come with us. Are you Muslim? Come with us. Are you Jewish? Come with us. And the spell to break is that God is not Christian. God is not Muslim. God is not Jewish. He's none of your religions. God is not any one religion. And Jesus Christ was the only one who made the sacrifice. I mean, who doesn't want to see Jesus Christ come back? Do you want to see Jesus Christ come back? Okay, no denomination. Because within every denomination, the good people want to see Jesus Christ come back. They're waiting for the return of Christ. The covenant was with Christ. And the love is for God and the mother. God asks, where am I in your world? Where am I in your world? Am I in your cult? Am I in your gang stalking cult? Or am I where your cult is against? Everything your cult is against. Everything your cult doesn't want. They'll give you plea deals. Oh, we'll do this for you if you just turn your back on that person of God in your life. We'll give you all this money if you turn your back on that person of God in your life. it's gonna cancel that contract. They're not canceling these contracts anymore with God. So the final attempts are very petty, subtle, and superficial, very superficial. This is why it's really hard to socialize with people, because of this superficiality. So that's just it. Another dream, like compounding on top of the dream I had the other night, was the same exact thing. Same exact thing. The dream I had the other night was the man and the woman in the house, and the woman is not of God, he's of God, and the spirit is in the house, and he starts speaking to the spirit, and the spirit goes, "Oh my God, you can hear me?" He said, "Yeah, I can hear you. I can see you. I've always been able to hear you and see you." He's like, "But she can't. And she's gonna suffer because she can't. So even though we're living in this house together, it doesn't matter, because I can still see and hear God. She can't see and hear God. And, it doesn't make a difference if they're in the same house or not. It doesn't make a difference if they're still communicating with these, they're like terrorist groups, really. They're like terrorist groups. And then they call people like me the terrorists, but they're the terrorists. They're the ones that are after what they think is national security, which is actually just witchcraft that they're doing, because witchcraft is not illegal. And they have been involved in illegal affairs, but they've stopped doing that because of the surveillance state. And they can't be caught because the surveillance state is still illegal. They can't be persecuted of the crimes that they've done in the past. So now the only crime, quote unquote crime, is still a crime in the eyes of God, is witchcraft. And it's broken. The spell is broken. This is Revelation 17:8. I've been talking about it for many years now, and I believe we've arrived. So societal collapse on the horizon for sure. Well, that's that. You the right kind of people. Check you later. Have a beautiful night.